Saturday, August 10th. So weird to say Saturday. I'm just not used to it, even though I did do it recently, as we determined earlier today. 10-game slate. Doesn't look like we have any weather issues or anything. And we've got all but one lineup. It's a pretty nice Saturday for us.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be pretty good. Hopefully the early slate starts to turn around a bit. But how's the rest of your team? I know we talked about needing Atlanta, but how's it looking for the early?
So I had a lot of Blue Jays. I largely faded the Red Sox for Heaney. I had a lot of the Angels. Don't have much of Phillies, Giants. Atlanta would be what I need the most. And then I don't really have any Royals, Tigers. So that game sucking would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, still so much to happen. It's weird to have the 6:10 Eastern games being on the early slate. But
I was really surprised when I saw that.
Yeah.
Especially across both sites.
Usually FanDuel cuts that off.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do a 3 and 2.
Yeah, weird stuff.
All right, so Live Before Lock is our promo code. You get 50% off your first month of Awesemo Plus. Any monthly package you choose can include a package that has our Fantasy Cruncher add-on. And all you have to do is enter the promo code Live Before Lock while checking out. It'll say, have a coupon code, and you type it in right there. One big word, 50% off. And Live Before Lock, brought to you by Fantasy Draft. If you want to play your favorite contest rake-free on Fantasy Draft, they pay out 100% of the fees to the contest winners for a limited time. If you go to Fantasy Draft, use the promo code AWESEMO when signing up. You can get a 7-day free trial where your first $1,000 of entry fees are rake-free. You cannot beat that deal. It's just nothing. You just get everything back like normal. You cannot beat it. Again, promo code is AWESEMO. Go to fantasydraft.com. 7-day free trial. Your first $1,000 rake-free entries. So I think it's best for us if we just hit this up a little bit game by game. We gave you our general thoughts on this main slate earlier today, but a lot has changed. I have some different thoughts on pitching at this point, so I think it'll be fun to talk about it and dive back in. Just go game by game. We've got updated ownership as of like 15 minutes ago, I believe. Something in that neighborhood.
Yep.
Make sure I'm right. Alex's projections are updated, so we've got the most accurate information right now. Probably the best time to talk about where we're going to be. Orioles and Astros. The Astros are 2.5 run favorites here. Massive. That's how bad the Orioles are, and that's how good the Astros are. The Astros are 71% to win. Aaron Brooks for the Orioles. Aaron Sanchez going for the Stros. I just realized that you did this game the first time. I was like, man, I don't remember saying Aaron Brooks or Aaron Sanchez or these runs or anything. Because I didn't. Do you think you're getting to Aaron Sanchez here? Adam's boy.
A little bit. I mean, more than the field is right now.
Okay.
But the field's only at a couple percent.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a little bit surprising. He doesn't grade out like amazingly for us with Awesemo.com projections straight from Alex. But I'm still getting into probably double digits of him, especially with the amount of the hitters I'm getting on Houston. So no problems with Sanchez. It's just that there's Hauser for 2K cheaper, and that 2K is going to matter in your SP2 spot if you're trying to pay up for all these 5K bats on Houston.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that I'm going to be getting to Sanchez here or Brooks, but that one should be a little bit more obvious. And then for the Astros, I mean, they're my number one team. They grade out really well. I think they are the clear top team. I can't imagine not having at least a large chunk of them. They're not crazily owned either.
Houston, yeah, I mean, if Houston does poorly, I'm just going to lose tonight, and that's fine. But they, on a 10-game slate, I don't think I've ever seen a team's top stack percentage be over 20%, and it is well over 20 right now on both DraftKings and FanDuel. Brooks is bad. Houston is awesome. Super deep lineup, 1 through 7. I mean, Reddick is probably a middle of the order hitter on most teams, and he's batting 9th. The only guy that I'm not getting overweight on right now for Houston is Maldonado, just because he's not good and he's getting double-digit ownership. So I'm like around the field with him. But outside of him, it is just a ton of Houston bats. Could not want to be over on this spot anymore.
I agree 100%. They're owned less than I would have expected.
Yeah. And they're so people are saying, yeah, Houston's chalk. Yeah, they might be chalk, but it's going to work out more often than the amount of time that they're owned.
Yeah, they're not chalky enough, in my opinion, which is why I want to get to them.
Like, I think a lot of their guys should be in the 20% range, and they're just not. Right now we're seeing, let's see, Altuve. I mean, no one is above 18 in this lineup that I'm seeing on a quick look.
Yeah. So 18 is the high on Bregman. Now, it's obvious why that's the case. They are not cheap, but I don't care. I'll do whatever I can to get the Astros.
Yeah. So not all in, but essentially my number one stack in a landslide.
I don't disagree. I'm going to have a lot of twins as well, particularly relative to the field, but I would guess that the Astros are still my top stack. That's the hope, at least.
Yeah, man. We'll be on the Astros bandwagon tonight. So,
will you be on the Orioles bandwagon at all?
I don't think so. I think Sanchez has the potential to be good, and it's like a middling total, 4.3 runs on the Vegas total. Let's see where Alex has them at quick. Alex has them at 4.8, so still not great, but you do get some cheap guys, I guess. I'm just going elsewhere. One value stack really stuck out to me when I just ran a crunch before the show that I was surprised. So we'll see, but the majority of my value is going to one team that I did not think would be the case this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. Do you have any Orioles bats whatsoever that stand out for you?
VR, just he's not super cheap. I don't think he's getting a ton of ownership right now. Yeah, he's only getting 7%. And leading off, always get those extra opportunities plus the stolen base upside. He's just got a lot of upside on his own.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that I'll get too much, but VR is the guy that I normally get to just because of his spot in the order.
Nice.
All right, let's keep it moving. Brewers and Rangers, 5.7 runs for the Brewers, 4.2 for the Rangers. Adrian Hauser, Pedro Payano. What has changed for you? Where are you at on Adrian Hauser? How much Adrian Hauser is going to be in your lineups?
Not as much as I thought, which is nice. Still over the field and I'm talking DraftKings specifically. I don't know that he's necessary on FanDuel. Where actually we didn't really talk about him on FanDuel. 5,700. You could probably make the case for him, but at that point maybe I'd just rather go to Maeda and spend up a little bit more, or up into that mid tier with Paddock. Yeah. So I guess he's probably in play. We'll get a little of him, but yeah, it's. Did you just see that screenshot that Legalized just sent in the Slack? That's funny stuff. The people watching on.
Oh yeah, I got to the ban hammer fast enough.
All right, cool. That person's been coming around quite a bit lately. So
yeah, I wish they would just send me contests to play, because anybody that would do that is clearly not that good.
Yeah, maybe you should work on your DFS game a little bit more rather than making accounts and poorly trolling our YouTube channel. I mean, it's not even effort.
I just clicked twice. There's no work. I can do it casually. We didn't even have to talk about it, you know?
Yeah. So anyways, Hauser on DraftKings, I think he makes all the sense in the world. I thought his ownership would come up actually, and it's really just stuck where it's at. So I'm excited about that. I think he's the best value option on the slate, and ownership isn't reflecting that. Like, it's not a landslide for the public as far as where he's at, but great option. I don't see a reason to fade a almost minus 200 favorite at 4,900 on DK. That's fully stretched out.
Yeah, I fully expect to have at least the field.
Oh yeah,
and I will be very happy with that. The linchpin to the Astros. How do you want to manage the Brewers? Third in ownership on FanDuel, second on DraftKings, but not necessarily as a stack. Trent Grisham skewing the data a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm like reverse on the Brewers. I don't have a lot of Grisham. Is that it? Grisham, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's a fine play, but there are so many good outfield plays, specifically on the Astros, that it's like I'm just not getting to that price range for outfielders, especially not when he's owned like he is. So I like Milwaukee. Hard not to with this implied total. Let's see. Right now we have them at 6.1. Alex does. So one of the better implied totals, not quite at the Houston level for me, but I really like Lorenzo Cain as a contrarian option. And same thing with Ryan Braun, because like you said, this team as a whole isn't getting that much ownership. It's mostly just Grisham.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Hera, Braun, Thames, or two of those guys in a 5-man stack, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just that easy. Really, anything but Gresham, and you're going to be fine. But it's really hard to get away from, Grandal or Moustakas at those price tags, especially Grandal on Yahoo. He's $11, 45% owned right now.
I can't even argue against it. He's the best catcher play, and he's $11.
Any interest in Rangers? I might get a little because of the ownership to Hauser.
Let's see here. I'm actually curious to see if I not much. I got to like 2-3% of a bunch of their guys, so I'm guessing a few stacks snuck in there. If Hauser's ownership goes up to say like 25 or 30 on our next update, then yeah, those Rangers will get pushed up for me. But right now, his ownership's not at a point where I need to be leveraging super hard against him. What about you?
I'm going to get to quite a bit of Chu, Odor, Mazzara, probably a little Danny Santana as well, although he's expensive. Those guys are getting no ownership, and it's like this park still plays up for lefty power. I think Hauser's good, and he's slowly working his way back, but I see no reason he wouldn't be susceptible to some sort of lefty issue. So I like the idea of having like Chu, Odor, Mazzara as the 3-piece, or maybe like a 5-2-1. Maybe they're the 2-piece for a particular stack.
Yeah,
especially with the Hauser ownership, like that obviously helps. I would like them anyway, but that's just sort of like another feather in the cap. I don't need a ton, but if they're unowned, like if they're 2%, I'd like to have 5.
For sure. I think that's probably the right call.
Favorite Brewers bat?
Well, no Yelich in the lineup certainly doesn't help their cause, but it does make them cheaper. I would say my favorite one is probably Eric Thames, actually.
Okay. I think I got to go to Grandal, although on Yahoo it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
All right, to the Jakes. 5.5 for the Twins, 4.6 for the Indians. Odorizzi for Minnesota, Plutko for Cleveland. These guys are getting no ownership, and they're not going to get any from me. Anything change for you? You want your boy Jake?
I don't. It's just not the spot. Cleveland is such a better team than what they were even like a month ago. Right now, they're just not striking out very much. Odorizzi's regressed. He's honestly just not really necessary for the slate. And if you are getting to Odorizzi, like there's just way better plays and way better lineup constructions than what Odorizzi is going to handcuff you into on the 2 pitcher sites. So no Odorizzi. In fact, literally no Odorizzi. Didn't get a single share of him. And this game I kind of hate because I think there's a pretty good case to be made for hitters on both sides. And I didn't get to much of it. I got some Jorge Polanco, but it looks like it's more in the fashion of one-offs. And then basically no Cleveland right now, which I really, really don't like. Like 1 through 5, they look really, really scary. And I'm not a huge fan of Odorizzi. By the way, we just got the last lineup.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. I'm going to get a lot of both the Twins and the Indians.
I'm jealous. I want a lot of the Twins, but
yeah. I'll get less Brewers because of it, but I'd rather have the Indians at half the ownership.
I thought I was going to get to way more Twins than Brewers. But it's kind of flipped.
And then I absolutely love the Twins. Number 2 stack. They're only 8th in ownership right now. Give me Kepler, Polanco, Rosario, Marwin Gonzalez at 3,300 with 6% ownership. Not like I have any problem getting Miguel Sano. I'm all over this team. Do we know if there were any changes to that Rays lineup? Let's see.
Let's take a quick look.
Yep, Choi not in the leadoff spot, so
okay,
we're already done.
I was just gonna say, is Choi leading off? No, all right.
Yeah, that ended pretty quickly. At least we could start our crunches pretty quick.
What's that?
At least we could start our crunches pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we could go now. We just got ownership too. A few seconds ago.
Probably not going to be valid.
What do you mean?
I mean, I assume it still has Choi in, and that's just bad timing.
It does have Choi in at 15%, so maybe wait 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll get another one right after that.
But let's see if anybody crazily changed. Super flat ownership across the board. No one above 30% on a 10-game slate. A bunch of pitchers in this like 15 to 19% range. 6 of them actually, 6 or 7. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting slate.
I'm feeling good. Let me take a look and see how the early is going. It was like neutral before.
Oh, I was getting wrecked before, but I have a ton of Braves, so
still neutral.
They probably went down 1, 2, 3, right?
I love the confidence, man. Love
solid
the confidence.
First. That's the worst when you have like a late night hammer and you're heavy on and turn on the game and it's just some trash pitcher, or not a trash one, but like a kind of bad one, like Mike Fiers or someone I'm thinking of, and he just mows them down. Got the curveball working, got the slider.
It's one of those Mike Fiers no-hitter days.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, I can turn this off and go to bed now.
Mets and Nats, a little bit of a pitcher's duel. Syndergaard going for the Mets, Pat Corbin going for the Nats. Any changes to your thoughts on this game? How are you managing Syndergaard and Corbin?
Not getting too much of either one of these guys. So hoping this one stays very, very quiet.
Really? Neither one?
Yeah. I'm not getting to very many expensive pitchers at all. Which I mean, it's just because of Houston. Everything is going through Houston. Sure. They're number one priority. And if you put in four Houston bats, you're probably not getting to Corbin, Syndergaard, Morton, and I've just got Houston scattered all over the place. So, and the thing with some of these expensive pitchers is, yeah, they grade out a few points better, but like it really matters the salary you save going down to like a Sonny Gray or even Wainwright, who I'm surprised to see our projection on him. Paddock, we talked about earlier, but yeah, just based on what I'm trying to do tonight, did not get to really either of these guys. I got to 5% Syndergaard and 1% Corbin.
Wow. I assume that I get close to the field of Syndergaard and probably a little bit less Corbin just because of his price. Mm-hmm. But we're about to find that out. Starting my DraftKings crunch right now. Yeah, I have no interest in the bats on either side, but I think I need one of these arms here.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh.
Who's your most exposed pitcher right now at the top?
Do you want to know now, or do you want to wait until we get to the game?
Oh my God, is it Kyle Hendricks or something?
No, come on.
Well, I mean, right now I don't know. I mean, do you have anything interesting for the rest of the Mets and Nats, or do you want to just keep going?
Let me do a quick look here. I just resorted my lineups. Not 100% accurate now. Wow, Hauser came down in that last update. So at this very moment, it is Hauser, but it was another guy a few seconds ago, and he's still up there.
Who was it?
Sonny Gray.
Okay, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm just surprised to see Alex had him so high because
he doesn't normally.
Well, yeah, that, and like he uses so many years of data. So if he's using last year's data as well on Gray, then he's probably not going to look like a great option against the Cubs. But I think it was a pretty favorable lineup they put out for him.
Well, let's talk about Gray. 4.4 run implied total for the Reds, 4.2 for the Cubs. Basically a coin flip game. Sonny Gray, Kyle Hendricks. Gray is at 17% ownership on Yahoo, 19 on DK. Basically unowned on FanDuel, but 8,600 is nice. I like it. It's a sea of righties. Only lefties in the lineup are Rizzo and Schwarber. That's very positive for him. And he's kind of at a price point where no one else is around him. If Tanner Roark is going to get 15% directly below Sonny Gray, then just give me all of those Tanner Roark shares.
Gray is such a better pitcher than Roark. And the matchup is, it's a little bit better.
He's a better pitcher than Kyle Hendricks, and he's priced less than him, and they're in the same game.
Oh, yeah. It's not even close. Gray is probably like the, fourth or fifth best pitcher on this slate. And
it gets kind of dicey, honestly, just after Morton.
Yeah, so, based on how he's pitched recently, you could say Gray is the second or third best pitcher on this slate.
Right.
Up there with Corbin, and Syndergaard has been pretty disappointing too. So, just based on price alone, 8,600, you have to give Gray a real hard look, and favorable projection here for Sonny Gray against the Cubs. As far as power, you got Almora up there, righty. That certainly is going to help Gray. Bodie in the lineup, I think, helps. Obviously, the pitcher spot. Hendricks is a bad hitter. Likes to bunt a lot because Joe Maddon's his manager.
I can't be mean to Joe Maddon.
I think the love's gone a little too far on Joe Maddon being like a genius.
He's from 10 minutes from my parents' house.
5 years ago, he was the hot topic, but
when he was with Tampa,
he does stuff sometimes in the playoffs recently where it's what are you doing, man? Just mathematically incorrect things. Let's see.
Any Hendricks at all for you?
I want to say no, but I will have the answer for you. Let me filter in the pitchers. All right.
Because then we need to talk about the Reds being the sixth most owned stack.
No Hendricks for me.
Okay. Smart. Can't blame you there. Are you getting to Red stacks?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
Not much at all.
I'm very happy that that's not happening for me.
They're getting basically completely squeezed out. Straight up, we just have them not looking at the top stack percentage. We've got them at 2.6%. We have St. Louis double them, and St. Louis is getting less ownership than them. So Alex just has St. Louis as a better stack tonight, and
I don't think that the Reds are a very good stack at all compared to that ownership. So
they're similar pricing across the board. Yeah.
So do you have interest in Cubs bats as a Sonny Gray hedge?
Not really. I think Sonny Gray is really good.
Agreed.
And 10-game slate, sure, you could see getting to a Rizzo or Chris Bryant. Castellanos been red hot. We've got good hitters, of course, but really low implied total here for the Cubs in a favorable hitting park. It's Gray's the real deal, I think. And I don't really have interest in going the other way. What about you?
Not really. They're fine. There are certainly bats that I don't mind showing up in my lineups, but this is not a 5-man stack for me today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's keep going. White Sox and A's. 4.2 runs for the White Sox, 5.3 for the A's. It's Ronaldo Lopez and Tanner Roark. We just crapped all over Tanner Roark before this. Do you have any?
I don't think I have Roark. Let me see. I got 5%.
Okay.
So he's just such a whatever play at 8,200. That's overpriced. It's a good matchup. Just bad hitters in the White Sox lineup, but such a low upside play for $8,200 when you can pay $400 more for Sonny Gray or just go super cheap instead. Any Roark for you?
I hope not. I hope Sonny Gray just soaks most of it up. I figure I'll get 5% Roark. I really hope I don't get Ronaldo Lopez. Greatly prefer Oakland bats. Talk to me about the A's.
Kind of flat ownership across the board for me on the A's. No one stuck out in a huge way. Like my highest guy is 11 out of 150, but I have 3 Oakland A's at that same price. So it's either stack or basically nothing against Roark.
Okay.
Like all their hitters between 5.3% and 7.3%. So 8 to 11 lineups. They're good value. There's no getting around that. Lopez has issues with lefties. So like I said, Matt Olson earlier today, still like him a lot. And then you've got dirt cheap Chris Davis, $3,600, $7 on Yahoo. I mean, who knows? If you use projections, you're probably pretty frustrated with him lately. And that's understandable because he's just been ice cold for like 60 games.
Yeah, since May.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still playing whatever it's giving me, but he's getting pushed down because of the ownership he gets at that price.
Makes sense to me. I love the A's. I'm going to have a ton, or at least that's the intention. They could get squeezed out by Twins and Indians, but that's okay for me. Hopefully that comes at the expense of the Brewers. Any White Sox for you against Roark?
I just saw Montgomery just K'd the side first inning. I've got a ton of him.
Really? I have like 10 to 15%.
He's in like all my top lineups. Like all my lineups that I put in the $15, he's in like all those.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if the Red Sox suck and the Braves suck. So,
well, I do hope that the Red Sox continue to suck. Do you have a single White Sox bat that you're interested in?
Let's see here. I didn't really. No, not really.
Okay. Cardinals and Pirates. 5-run implied total for the Cards. 3.8 for the Pirates. Adam Wainwright versus Joe Musgrove. Both guys are around 10% on DK. Both guys are relatively innocuous to me. I prefer Musgrove just because of his price tag, and I assume that I'll get to more than the field, but I'm not entirely enthusiastic about either guy. What do you want to do with the pitching here?
I've done a complete 180 on this game.
You're about to tell me that you have like 40% Wainwright?
Yeah. No, not 40. He was getting basically no ownership before. We got him up to 12%. And so I got over the field on that. Actually is turning out to be a pretty good value on Alex's projections. Probably a lot to do with win equity and the low total against him. So just you're hoping for run prevention here. And he has been solid. I will give him that. Couple righties at the bottom of this lineup, plus you get the pitcher spot in the National League, of course. I don't think it's a terrible lineup to go up against. It's not good for strikeouts, but we already knew that. Just below 8K, I think he's usable and a guy that's not getting a lot of ownership. So he's a nice pivot off of Sonny Gray. Maeda, especially, yep. And I'm just not getting to that top tier. So he's my other guy I'm getting there.
I figure I get around the field, and I hope that I get more Musgrove.
I thought I was going to get a ton of Musgrove last night when I looked at the slate, and I got almost none. So if you read my Spotlight Pitchers article, I have come off of that pretty heavily. He's also getting a lot of ownership, mid-teens, which I didn't expect this morning once I saw Hauser was on the slate. That's a little weird to me. I thought just everything would go to Hauser and I would get some Musgrove, but nope. And yeah, they're 1% apart right now on our ownership projections. And we just got an ownership update.
We did
2 minutes ago. So
nice.
Let me see actually now where that's at.
Grab that. Yeah, I'm almost on my crunches.
Yeah, okay. Hauser up above 20 now, but still not. I don't think it's high enough. Wow.
Find out how much I have shortly. Are you going to any Cardinals or Pirates bats?
Cardinals, baby.
Really?
Did not expect it. Yep, did not expect it. So
okay. Talk to me about it. And then we'll get to Dong picks.
They're going to have a lot of balls in play, you would expect, based on Musgrove's lackluster K rate. They've got good hitters. They've been so bad against righties, but now you've got Edman up at the top of this lineup. You got Matt Carpenter in there for 3,700. He would probably be super chalky if he's leading off, but not as chalky now that he's batting sixth for 3,700.
Yeah.
You've kind of just got power and cheap hitters that aren't getting owned. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I just figured this spot would be owned because of the price and the implied total, but it's going to Oakland and it's going to Cincinnati, which is weird.
Yeah, I'm not going to have the Cards. I'm not going to have the Pirates. And I don't have anything else to say now, except one, go to fantasydraft.com, use the promo code AWESEMO for $1,000 in rake-free entry fees. And it's time for Dong Picks. Do you know if anybody got one last night?
I don't know. All the nights are running together.
Yordan Alvarez, Didi Gregorius, Hunter Renfroe.
Gregorius did not. I don't believe Renfroe did. And
we would know if Chris got one.
Yeah. I think it's zeros across the board.
26 for EMAC, 22 for Jake, 20 for me, and 17 for Spags, just 3 for Randone. But as we continue to make these picks, I have surpassed Jake in the correct percentage because I have made less picks. So I am beating Jake by 0.2%. Still have you in my sights. The floor is yours, sir. Home run pick. I already know who you're taking. It's the guy that I want, but whatever. Go for it.
I've
got a backup plan, so I'm not too mad. But
yeah, I've got 8 backup plans, so they're all on the same team. I don't know. Just let's see. Highest exposed Astro. Actually, my highest exposed Astro right now is Altuve, so we won't do that. He's not the biggest power hitter. Why don't you give me Michael Brantley? You can take Alvarez.
I'm not taking Alvarez.
Bregman?
No.
Who?
Give me Matt Olson.
Great pick. All right, I'll put that in for you.
I thought you were taking Matt Olson for real.
No, I mean, he was certainly someone I considered, but looking at
to be fair, I don't hate that Brantley pick whatsoever. Clearly.
Yeah, real bold of me taking a team that's got a 7 implied run total.
Alvarez is the play there if I would have taken anybody. But
yeah,
I actually have Olson 1 spot ahead of Alvarez. If it were flip-flopped, I probably would have took the troll there.
Yeah.
There we go. Dong picks are in. I don't get the sense we're going to be getting one from EMAC today. Can't imagine we're going to get one from Chris. Randone might pop up. I never know when he's coming from. But all of a sudden he's just like, oh, give me Jacob Stallings.
Yeah, I'll take a Kevin Newman.
Yeah.
Batting 8th.
All right. 3 more games to touch on, and then we could start talking about the way that our exposures are looking. Padres 5.1 run implied total. Rockies 3.4. Paddock and Chichi Gonzalez. Paddock is at 19% on both sites, 11 on FanDuel. What do you want to do with Paddock?
I like Paddock a lot. 9,600 is not a price that people are going to go crazy for because he's had some issues going deep into games. But I think the strikeouts could be there in a huge way against this Rockies lineup. I mean, you've got they didn't even put in awful Tony Wolters, so you get a righty Iannetta who does not hit righties very well at the bottom of the lineup. You get Jonathan Daza, another righty, obviously the pitcher spot. And then you get to face Story and Arenado without the platoon split. So he's 9,600. It's probably a little bit overpriced, but really like Paddock. He's the guy I'm getting to a lot. That's above Sonny Gray and below all these other top end arms. So
I get it. It's a price thing too. He's just in a much more favorable price tier than those guys above him, and I don't think that he's terribly different from them. So I don't know what I'm going to get. I just saved my crunches right now. FanDuel and DK both are done. About to load them up. So we're going to find out. I'm going to click refresh right now on the DK. But talk to me about the Padres. 5th in ownership on FanDuel, 8th on DraftKings. Will you be getting to the San Diego Padres at all?
They're just they're getting squeezed out a little bit. I got to Tatis a lot as a one-off just because he's expensive and just he's kind of a stud. And he's not a guy that's going to be super owned in that stack against Chichi Gonzalez. So I like Tatis a ton if you can afford that, and I can afford that a lot tonight because of the gross pitchers I'm playing. But yeah, like obvious value on San Diego, but St. Louis is kind of my team in this range tonight. So I'm taking a pretty hefty stand on the Cards bats. Was going to say the Blues there.
Soon, buddy. Soon.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got like 7 weeks, I think, till the first game. So it's creeping up there. But yeah, not crazy about the Padres as a stack.
Yeah, I don't get the sense I'm going to have as much as I was thinking I was going to have earlier today. Do you think you're going to have any Rockies? That I know I will have. I have the Rockies every day.
Probably not many Rockies here. I don't even know if I got to any of them, to be honest. One Sheriff Story.
I hate my pitching exposure. It's flat. I basically have the same as the field across the board. Oh, the worst part is I know that I can fix it by re-crunching.
Yeah.
Not going to do it, though.
I got to start crunching FanDuel, actually. Let me do that.
I do not like my pitching exposures. So for the pods, I did not get much, just 2% in the aggregate. I have too much Rockies, though. There is that. Give them a little bit of a haircut here. Oh, man. Yeah, I basically have like 15% of every pitcher, which feels incredibly incorrect. But let's move on to the Dodgers quickly. Dodgers and Diamondbacks, 4.8 run implied total for the Dodgers, 3.7 for the Diamondbacks. Kenta Maeda and Alex Young. Maeda, 25% owned on DraftKings right now, 19 on Yahoo, 15 on FanDuel. How are you managing the Maeda chalk?
I'm playing some of him right now, not at the field, I don't believe, or just above it. So he's at 25. Got to a little closer to 30. He's just like, I think Gray is a better option than him, and they're close enough in price where I'm just getting a lot more Gray, basically double the amount of Gray. Maeda's fine, but he's someone who does not go deep into games. It's not a great strikeout matchup. The Diamondbacks did a good job getting in a bunch of lefties here as well. 7 lefties, including the pitcher. So 6 lefties. And Maeda's got big splits, righty-lefty, as far as strikeouts. So that caps his upside a little bit. I'm just a little bit worried about him going super deep into the game, as I usually am. He hasn't gone over 100 pitches. Or I'm sorry, he's gone over 100 pitches one time since, let's see, May. I'm sorry, since opening day. Gone over 100 pitches.
Wow.
One time. And that's not the end of the world. Like, he could go 6 innings and throw 87 pitches and be fine, but it's not great.
I do not like my DraftKings exposures. It's just everything's flat.
Yeah.
Even the hitting. Minnesota and Cleveland is delayed.
Yeah. That's expected. It's going to be fine, I think.
Better be.
Looking at, it's going to be a late start for sure. Like, it's going to be a little bit of a wait here, but
okay.
I think it's going to play. They do not want to play a doubleheader on a Sunday.
I hope not. I don't want them to play a doubleheader on a Sunday because I have the Twins and the Indians. Do you have the Dodgers bats, though? 5th in ownership on DraftKings right now. I don't have any.
Yeah. That one's so weird. Turner and Bellinger, like I said this morning. So I was on for them. But even like Muncy, I didn't get a lot of these Dodgers. So I don't know. I don't know that I understand that.
Makes no sense to me. I was just reading Sir Dave's question. I don't know why everyone is on Hauser. He's terrible versus lefties. Yeah, he's $4,900. You're not usually rostering guys that are any good at that price point anyway. He actually is, or at least could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, most guys at 4,900 have some warts.
Yeah, I rostered Bibbins Dirks once at this price, so
I remember that day vividly.
I'll play Adrian Hauser, who can actually get 5 innings.
Final game. Unless you have Diamondbacks takes that I don't know of.
No.
Okay. Mariners and Rays. 3.5 for the Mariners, 5 for the Rays, 66% chance to win for Tampa. Tommy Malone and Charlie Morton. Morton, kind of chalky, kind of expensive. Are you getting to Morton?
I'm not, dude. Not like at all. That's how well the Astros grade out. It's tough because I'm gonna try to actually limit my the amount I up my hitters. So instead of 1.5 tonight, I'm gonna try 1.3 while I crunch for DraftKings and see if I can get more Morton lineups, because if you prioritize hitters tonight, you're just straight up not getting a 12K pitcher.
Yep.
On DraftKings. So that's probably a mistake to not have basically any Morton, especially for a guy that I like. I mean, I got 10% of him out of 600 lineups. Just the Houston lineups just grade out so much better.
We have a similar amount there. I don't have as much Houston as I thought I was going to get.
No, I got 10% of the crunch. When I filtered out my lineups, I got 3%.
Oh, okay.
So it's difficult, man. He's the best option, but price is a thing, and he's hard to get to if you want to play a ton of Houston.
I'm basically neutral on the field with Houston right now. I couldn't get there.
I would love to be neutral on Morton and get a ton of Houston still.
Sure.
But
what do you think of the Rays? Because I'm getting a bunch.
Yeah, I actually really like the Rays. They're probably behind St. Louis and right in that Oakland tier for me.
Okay.
For the bats, Malone and who's this joker that's opening? Whistler.
Yeah.
So he's bad. And then 5.1 implied total here. No Tommy Pham kind of sucks for Tampa. He was a guy I really wanted to play against, Tommy Malone.
Yeah, I thought he was going to end up being chalky. Now he's just not even in the lineup.
You still got Avisel Garcia, Jesus Aguilar, and Darno, who I'm all interested in. Don't mind playing lefty at the top of the order with Meadows and Kiermaier. So I think those first 5 make a ton of sense.
Yeah, I've got a lot of these guys on both sites. I'm not exactly upset about it either. Gives me a little bit of a late night hammer too, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm about to finish my lineups off.
All right. I'm going to start my DK crunches. These are going to move pretty quick.
Oh, you haven't started yet?
No, I started my FanDuel ones.
Damn, get moving.
DK goes quick. Well, we got 20 minutes.
Sure.
I'm fine.
10 games. I mean, I don't think that you're struggling or anything, but
yeah, I'm going to run the second half of my FanDuel ones. And then FanDuel takes a few seconds for me to put in. But
all right. FanDuel uploaded. DraftKings uploaded. Feeling good.
Wainwright or Maeda for cash? I know we don't like 1v1s, but that one's Maeda.
Yeah, that for sure. Yeah, I got to a bunch of Travis d'Arnaud there. Still got to Meadows. Still got to Kiermaier. That's fine. I got a lot of the Rays on FanDuel, actually. 3 times the field.
I mean, I'm hoping I get there as well. Malone's not good, and neither is Whistler. So that the 5+ implied total in Seattle is pretty telling. Makad says Aaron Sanchez seems very under-owned tonight. Well, it depends what you think of Aaron Sanchez at this point.
I have 11% actually.
I was right around 10.
Yeah.
But
then again, I basically have what the field has for everybody except for Kyle Hendricks.
That's not a bad thing. That's how I had a really good night on Thursday.
It's a bad thing to me.
Maybe Wednesday, where I was pretty even on a lot of these guys, but gives yourself a chance to get a bunch of different lineup constructions, which is nice.
God damn. Ken Birch just said Jake Hari is the Jeter of daily fantasy. Engelman is the Kevin Pillar. That's so rude. Kevin Pillar?
That's probably my mom's burner account or something.
I don't think that your mom's creating the Ken Birch. I don't think she's really deep into the Orlando Magic backup center names.
Is that a name? Is that a pro athlete?
Ken Birch is the backup center for the Orlando Magic.
Oh, that person plays in the NBA. Okay.
You're trolling me.
That's funny. Hi, Mom.
Ken Birch has been in here a lot. It's funny. Hey, Pilar Dong today. So
Pilar pops in Alex's projections all the time.
That one hurts. That one stings. The disrespect. It's brutal, man. It's brutal.
Yeah.
So here are my most owned stacks: A's, Astros, Indians, Rays.
Wait. Hold up. We need to address this comment in YouTube chat.
How bad is Aaron's? Oh.
I wish Alex would give real ownership projections along with purposely fake ones to get less ownership on the guys he likes. I read that wrong at first, but why would he do that? Like it doesn't matter. He's still going to play better than you.
Yeah. He can give you everything.
Yeah.
They're going to put the stomp down too.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's giving you all the raw material. But
he whooped everybody's ass before he made ownership projections for everybody.
Yeah, he's just having an unreal season as well.
If you think the ownership looks incorrect, don't use it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you think it's phony, it's not a requirement for you.
Right.
Even if you knew there was actual false information, like let's say that you think that it is wrong on purpose. Use that to your advantage. That's a better benefit to you.
Right. That's like someone who's like, you suck. I was fade your picks and I made money. It's like, sweet.
Yeah, man.
Keep doing it, man.
Yeah, figure out what works for you.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
A's, Astros, Indians, Rays, and Twins. I have 10% aggregate or more of all of them.
A's. Okay. So you're just balanced across the board.
Well, so I have 82% of my hitting exposure is in 8 teams.
Okay.
A's, Astros, Indians, Rays, Twins, Brewers, Cubs, Rangers.
You gonna pull off the Twins at all?
No.
All right. I don't see any tweets from the Osmo Weather account, which you guys should all be following.
Yes, you should.
And I don't see anything in the projections on the site for postponement risk. Not to say that the game couldn't get postponed. It has happened when teams decide they just don't want to play the game, or the MLB just lets them not play it. But not worried about that game playing right now. It looks like they're going to have a window. It's just going to take a little bit.
I still can't believe you didn't get your soccer lineups in today.
It's so dumb. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Yeah. I just was laughing at myself. Like, you idiot. How do you not? You've done this 1,000 times. Put your lineups in.
Yeah, Makad's trying to dumpster dive. Any interest in Ronaldo Lopez?
But that's not even dumpster diving. What?
I got 1%. He's too expensive.
What is he on Yahoo?
I also took my dong pick against him, so
34 on Yahoo. I mean, you're getting to the point maybe where you can start playing him, but 72, like, just play Hauser, just play Wainwright, play Maeda. Just there's so many guys with a way easier path. I get that he's unowned, but I just don't think he's necessary with the 5+ implied total, well over 5 implied total against. So,
I mean, I have 1%, so I guess I don't hate him totally, but yeah, not for me.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing on your crunches?
I'm done, man. I have everything packed and loaded and done.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I guess I'm behind the 8 ball today. Hopefully I get my lineups in this time, though. If I did that twice in one day, it would be time to start.
I assume it would be a lot worse for you in baseball.
Yeah.
Playing a little bit more volume today in baseball than you did in soccer this morning.
Yeah, that I donated in soccer today. Looks like Adam has a pretty decent chance at a really big morning slate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, he's got 3 lineups in the top 5 of the $15.
Nice.
So, yeah, dinner's on him if this keeps up.
I've got a 10th place in the mini max right now, so that's what my sweat will be, but it's not going to climb. So.
I bet I'm not even in the top 1,000 in the mini max right now.
I got 4 in the top 55, but
the Angels have 10 runs. What the?
Do they really?
Yeah, what happened?
Dong?
And Adam must be heavy on the Angels. That's
no dongs though.
Bogart's such a scrub. Chavis scrub.
Bogarts was like my biggest fade of the morning.
Who?
Bogarts.
Oh, I had him everywhere. I had like 50% on FanDuel.
E-Rush. No, not in soccer. Adam's playing baseball.
Yeah.
Soccer was me today. I had a legit sweat going.
Did you really?
Finished 6th in the $8.
6th?
Yeah.
For how much?
$500 or something, but
nice.
Next place was 1,000 and all the way up to 10.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Hell of a sweat.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what I would have gotten. I'm not even. Those lineups just never happened.
Do you have the crunch?
Yeah, I could go back and get it. I'm not going to though.
You don't want to know.
Did the Spurs end up winning?
They did 3-1. They were losing for basically the entire match. Harry Kane scored 2 goals in the final 5 minutes of the game. Paid off the chalk.
Yeah, okay. So the fish got paid. Nice.
A little bit.
I didn't have a lot of him. I only had 30%.
I didn't have much either. Since we were on the show, so I fixed my Christian Eriksen problem, got off all of that. Wasn't paying attention to see that Jan Vertonghen was not in the lineup. So I played 30% of a Spurs defender and still was profitable.
Wow.
Flat 0. Now, that's not so bad, but just at the minimum, you give every one of those lineups 5 to 10 points. I probably cash a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, for sure. That's frustrating.
But I'll take it. Also, a good day from Tristan, who is the director of the soccer content here at the site. So he cranked out a ton of content this week, man. I'm excited to see it for the rest of the soccer season.
When's the next slate? Tomorrow?
Every Saturday is going to be like the main one.
Okay. Is there a slate tomorrow?
There will be a 3-gamer tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I think. I actually haven't looked.
Yeah, sounds like enough games to play.
Yeah. I need to, I guess, get projections in tonight now that I think about it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Otherwise, I need to do, well, at the very least, I need to be up at 6:30 to do it tomorrow. Do they have a slate tomorrow? Yep, they do. 3 games tomorrow. Oh, 9 a.m. Nice. That's not so bad. I'll get projections out in the morning then.
That's not bad. All right, what is going on with my projections here for FanDuel?
I thought I was going to get more Musgrove. I got to 19%. I'll take it, I guess.
I got so much Maeda on FanDuel. Wow. What is going on? That's not supposed to happen. But whatever. Guess I'm just going crazy on Maeda tonight.
Can't beat it, man. Can't beat it. 6:55. We still have 10 more minutes before lock. If you guys want to get your questions in, either in Premium Slack or in YouTube, we will be happy to answer whatever you've got.
Yeah, let's hear those 1v1s.
Michael Baker, what's your most profitable sport? Baseball.
Yours is baseball?
Mm-hmm.
Mine is hockey. So a couple more months, we'll be there. If you want to sign up for the hockey package, I will have projections and all that, and cheat sheets, and we'll have a stacks article. Bots will be doing some articles as well. Nolan. So be a pretty good crew.
Paul Blackburn of the night. This whole damn slate at the bottom is Paul Blackburn.
Yeah.
Chichi Gonzalez.
Yeah, I like that one, actually. I did get to some of Chichi. There's your pivot off of Hauser. You take a slightly less awful pitcher, or a slightly more awful pitcher than Hauser at less ownership. And there you go. There's your Paul Blackburn of the night.
Oh, boy. I have 6% Chi-Chi, so that's double the field.
Yeah, man. It's
I'm a Chi-Chi guy.
you could easily see that though, right? Like Hauser just gets crushed. Not even crushed, just gets out of the game early, gets you like 2 points, and Chi-Chi gets you 13, and the Astros go nuts. Like
there are 3 pitchers I don't have today. Can you name them?
all right. Aaron Brooks, Pedro Payano,
Correct.
both of those good.
Or correct.
And Malone.
Ding, ding, ding. 3 for 3. Are you just watching the stream?
No, I'm not watching it.
I don't buy it.
No, I was just looking at a lineups page right here.
This Mr. Shadow just killing it. This is my favorite spreadsheet update show.
I mean, yeah, you got to get the lineups in. Come on.
Who would have thought that live streaming and updating a spreadsheet could be so incredibly awesome?
It's pretty cool when you got us to breaking it down here for you. So,
has anybody tried the Impossible Whopper? It's very good. Oh, like the Impossible Burger as a Whopper? Ugh.
Haven't tried it.
I'll never try it. I've never had a Whopper in my life, so
I don't know that I have either.
I get double cheeseburgers.
When
I'm feeling particularly gluttonous at Burger King, but
I just go to Wendy's, you know.
I'm a McDonald's nuggets guy.
I mean, yeah, I love McDonald's nuggets, but if there's Wendy's, I mean, that takes precedent over every other fast food joint for me.
I do a lot of McDonald's 20-piece nuggets as like lunch.
I stopped doing that. Like once I graduated college, I started eating a little bit better. Now I eat like Chipotle and stuff like that, which still isn't great for you, but it's better than hammering down McDonald's breakfast like 4 days a week.
So good, dude. Oh my god. Sausage McMuffin with cheese. Oh.
Yeah, man, it's dangerous stuff.
I love bringing it home. Put a little Chipotle mayo on it. Toast the English muffins.
Chipotle mayo on a
just a thin layer just to make the mouth tingle.
Interesting. I don't know that I've heard of that one. Chick-fil-A might be the best fast food ever. I got a controversial Chick-fil-A take that it's overrated, but I can't possibly live up to the expectations because of
the spicy deluxe is just good. It's just a good sandwich. It's a really good hunk of chicken.
All right. Well, I'll have to try that.
I will say this. I think it's overpriced.
Yeah.
If I can get a double cheeseburger from Burger King, I'd rather have that than the chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I'm probably with you there. All right. Let me see here.
Jake T. Hardee's is the best. Jake T. Get out.
Oh, my God. That is awful take.
Yeah.
Come on. I got 9% Morton. All right. That's actually good. I'm okay with 9%. I did not want 3. 9 is... That's 13, 14 lineups out of my 150. I can deal with that.
That'll work.
Actually, it did get to a few Dodger stacks.
Okay.
Let's pull up final exposures here. Josh
Van Eater back at it with the food content. Yeah, Bo Peep. That's good, man.
That's good. San Diego came up for me.
I do not have a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know that I like that.
I literally don't have a Mariner on FanDuel or DraftKings. And I only have one Pirate once on FanDuel and DraftKings.
Wow. I don't know that I'm going to have many Pirates at all. Let's see here. Gray Hauser. I'm seeing that all over my spreadsheet here.
There are 3 teams across FanDuel and DraftKings that I do not have a 5-man stack of, or a 4-man on FanDuel. Can you name them?
Did you say 3 teams?
3 teams.
All right. Matthew Prodal, Gray, and Hauser. On FanDuel. Nats?
I have 6 on DraftKings, none on FanDuel.
Interesting. Oh, okay. So, wait. Repeat the question. You said FanDuel, right?
FanDuel and DraftKings. primary stacks. There are 3 teams that I have 0 of.
Okay. Diamondbacks.
I have 7 on DK, 4 on FanDuel.
Rockies?
I have a lot of Rockies. 9 5-man stacks on DK. You're not going to get there. Mariners, Pirates, and Reds.
Whoa, you don't have any Reds. Okay.
Zilch, nada.
I'm closer to where you're at on the Reds than the field.
I have basically none of the teams at the bottom. No Padres, Dodgers, Cardinals, Reds. None of that stuff. Full fades across the board.
All right. For me, it is confirmed Sonny Gray night. Oh, I got up to 10% Tanner Roark. Yikes.
I have 21, so I'm an asshole.
Wow, Waino came way down there. Let me give I gave hitters a little bit of a boost, a little more than usual. Looks like the Astros came up in recent ownership.
Sam Travis homer.
Oh, too little, too late. I think, and it's not going to matter for me.
That's the Sam Travis solo dong. Not going to put you over the top.
No, I don't think that's gonna.
3 minutes to go, and then I can go watch MMA.
Are you playing?
Hell yeah!
Nice. Oh, we just got an ownership update right now. So let me put that in. Got to get the most accurate information.
You're out of your mind for trying to do this with 2 minutes left.
Well, I just have to press filter by descending and see. All right, Maeda up to 30. Well, I have a crunch in already, so
okay,
we're good.
You can be wrong.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to make it. I got what you're saying.
No, I'm good. Ooh, that gives me up to 60% Hauser.
Whew.
Bunch of Strohs.
I have 13% Hauser.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower the hitting a little bit, just a touch. Let's see where we're at now.
It's gonna be a hell of a night.
57% Hauser. Still a ton of Strohs. Wow, why did the Dodgers come up so far for me? What's going on?
Remember when I said I had a couple in the top 50 in the Minimax?
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
That's what happens when you get on the show. How many seconds do we have? 50? Okay.
Less than that.
Yeah, we're good.
54. More than that. Guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you're getting your lineups in right now as we're coming down the home stretch. Once again, shout out to Fantasy Draft for being the presenting sponsor of this show. If you want to get $1,000 in rake-free entries, use the promo code AWESOMO when signing up. It's a 7-day trial on those $1,000 in entries. Guess what, everybody? Tomorrow morning, strategy show, myself and that guy below me. We're back. Talking Sunday. Actually, it'll be not a strategy show. It'll be live before lock. Jake and I will be here at noon tomorrow, breaking it down. I will have soccer projections up for everybody in the morning. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I'm gonna try to redeem myself on soccer if I get up early enough.
Yeah, 8:00 lock for you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's brutal. I don't think I'm doing anything crazy tonight though.
No?
I think after this, I'm going to get some margaritas at, you know what Reyes Tech is?
No.
It's just like a Mexican food place. They got really good margaritas.
Nice.
And
I'm a big margarita fan.
Oh, me too. They're phenomenal.
And we're locked. Guys, enjoy your night. Go have some sweats. Jake and I are going to do the exact same thing. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Jake, any other plugs?
I'm not on content tomorrow usually, so I don't really have much to plug for myself, but you will have cheat sheets out tomorrow. Spotlight pictures, all that stuff.
Solaire to run dong.
I don't know if good or bad for me. Who cares? I'm probably dead on the early slate, but yeah, be sure to hit that like button. We really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys.
There we go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.